Okay, my camera cut off. But anyway, we're down here at the park and we were discussing different body dimensions, right? Because, if say you're a person that, sews clothes and you know that you have to measure under the arms, around the waist, shoulder to shoulder, and the arm length, right? Those areas typically are much broader and longer in men than they are for women. Not to mention the muscle mass is constructed a lot different. Women are typically known to be more bottom heavy and, lack upper body strength. So, um, I'm saying this to say that is my argument that women are unfairly hold on unfairly described in society as fighting with men, and that's just not true. Hold on again, let me put this in another bag. This is why when men say that they had a fight or him and his spouse was fighting, they're lying. It's abuse. And they just don't want to admit that they're abusive when they really should admit that they're abusive so that they can get help. They can get reprogrammed. They can become, healthier and a better citizen. Right? Because all said and done, we come into this realm, wanting to get out with our virtue intact. Right? And a lot of people, they talk about, you have to there's a weighing of judgment, right? Okay, thank you. That you, at the end of your life, is depicted. Now this is a depiction. It's not actual. Where they put your heart and weigh it against a feather, right? Well, my download is the heart has to do with your virtues. I mean, the feather has to do with your virtues, and the heart is weighed against the feather, which is the symbol of your virtues, your soul. Now, what can make your heart weigh heavy? What can make your heart weigh heavy is your vices, okay? Because, you can love your vices. This is so beautiful out here. Oh my God. And these big, beautiful houses. Look at them, look at them, look at them. So anyway, yeah, I do get childish at times. But um, like I said, you know, we try to get through this life with at least one of our virtues intact. And it can be very difficult, especially if, you know, you grew up in a dysfunctional family, or you partnered up with somebody that had, you know, unhealthy vices. Oh, look, somebody really wants to say hi.
Is she okay to say hi?
Sometimes. But he looks like, no. Be careful. Calm down, baby girl. Isn't he pretty? Is that a puppy?
No, she's gonna be 3 later this year.
Oh,
But she's just small.
okay.
I think she was a renting Tyler.
Oh, yeah, my girl, she's 17 years old.
You don't look a day over 5, man. She looks good.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You too. So, yeah, that was a nice encounter. You know, that's the first female dog that had ever wanted to approach my dog. And it was weird the way that she wanted to approach my dog. Now, her owner or her handler was trying to get the dog to continue walking, and this dog laid down. This dog just laid down, and I'm like, oh, you know, somebody really wants to get to meet you. And she was like, well, is your dog friendly? I'm like, yeah, she's friendly enough sometimes. Sometimes. So, anyway, come on over here. Come on over here. I can't find a garbage can nowhere. And I'm sitting here with two loads of poop. I don't know what they did with the dang garbage cans. Like they hid them. So anyway, this was, like I said, the first female that ever wanted to actually interact with my dog. And she laid down almost, not on her side, but I wish I took a picture of her. But you know, it was analogous of somebody kneeling to someone in a gesture of majesty, right? My dog kneels to me all the time. You know, whenever she's feeling, you know, extremely grateful, she does. She kneels to me in a what you would call a like a downward facing dog pose, and looks at me and says, you know, this is for you. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Thank you, because you're the best doggy in the whole wide world. Yeah. So there she is. And, finally some garbage cans. I can drop off this poop. So yeah. I might just, run into the store and grab me some cabbage and lettuce and run out, and not try to do a grocery haul, because I really don't need a grocery haul. I still have the cooked chicken thighs at the house, and hey, I think you need to come on now. There is a lot of people down here on a Thursday at 1:30 in the afternoon. A lot. Oops. That guy, he don't have a bell, he don't have a horn, and he can't say, to your left, right? Okay. So, I don't know, maybe these people are on contract works, or they work remotely, because most of them are young. I mean, the few people that I've seen that looked like they were seniors, was less than, actually, let's count them, 3. There were like 3 that looked like seniors. The rest of them, they looked like they were middle age. Yeah, I'm like, you're middle aged, and here it is the middle of the day, and you're not being your productive self, right? And a lot of times, when we're younger, right, and we feel like we have our life planned out, right, we don't take into consideration that things can happen, right? So these same people who are middle aged, right, thinking that they had their life planned out, and say we go to war. We go to war, and if we get conquered, whatever money you thought you had, you can ask the State of the Union what happened when their union dollars basically could be used as firewood. It was worth nothing. Okay? And maybe sometimes it comes to that. Maybe sometimes it comes to that. You have to be really, a big picture type of thinking, person to accept that maybe it comes to that. Look at all these people behind me. You see? And it's not even the weekend. So, yeah. Hold on again. Okay. So, big picture thinking is what the social engineers do. Um, you know, and of course, we have 3D social engineering, we have our solar system social engineering, and we also have, you know, universal social engineers. Okay? Um, like I said, if you don't believe, in God, you don't believe in that there's, a creator, you know, you're 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 prehistoric. That's the bottom line. The bottom line is you're prehistoric, and you've been in denial all your life. Okay? Just like you have a mother and father that are your creator. Your mother and fathers of ancient times, they had mothers and fathers and etc., etc., etc. So yeah. So that was one of the things that I had really wanted to do. I have this vacuum sealer. I have like a package sealer that you can just it gets hot and it will melt the package together. And I haven't used them yet. Well, I might have used them once and then just stopped using them because, it was just so much more easier, just to wing it. Just to wing it. Because if you're being precise and calculating, you have people in this society that will want to shame you, right? Oh, you're a perfectionist. Oh, you're OCD. Oh, you're, yeah. So, you kind of have to realize at that point that not all people are the same. Okay? And even beyond that, you have to realize that it's okay to be different. Right? See, that's nice. This guy, he's riding, and he's to your right, because I was on his left. Then he went and got with in front of another guy who was like about, maybe 200 feet in front of me. He was like, okay, to your left. To your right, to your left, to your left. Let me put this poop in the trash. There you go, baby. Go on, drink. Drink. Now this water's clear. At least it's not brown, right? I was trying to check to see if the doggy park was open. She's been such a good dog. It is open. Yeah, but I didn't put her license on her collar. So when I get home, I'm gonna put her license on her collar. That way, you know, if we go to the dog park and there's an altercation, that they would know that she's at least is up to date on her shots. Yes, she is. Hi. Yeah. So I'm really enjoying this walk. I did do, you know, my my exercises that I do, the small weights. I'm only using like 5-pound weights. Maybe I will increase, you know, the weights in the near future. Come on, baby. But oh yeah, outfit of the day. Let's see the outfit of the day. Outfit of the day. We are. You can't run and play with the squirrels. You just can't. I want to stop off and get some paint so I can continue working on my project. And I think I might do that. You know, because sometimes, you know, when you're on a budget, you know, you have to give up eating out or pre-prepared foods, you know, just so that, you know, you can buy supplies. Yeah. Yesterday, we were over on the other side, right? Let me show you where we were at yesterday. Yesterday, we were, let's see, we were right over there yesterday, right? And we were talking with the sailing club people. So yeah. This is enchanting. See? Very enchanting. on, baby. Our car is way over there by that newly construction home over there. That mansion. Yeah. Let's not confuse a house with a mansion. It's not mine. um but yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like right here. Now, if you see down here in the water, down here in the water, right? Here in the water, you'll see that they have branches and trees and stuff. And when I was using my inflatable canoe, you know, when I first got in it, it was like, yay! You know, I could inflate a canoe and go, you know, into the lake. You know, because, you know, look when I was living up in Washington State, right? Their lakes seem to be cleaner, right? Or what I mean by cleaner is they didn't have a bunch of trees growing in the lake. So, yeah, I think the Washington State lakes are more natural lakes, whereas a lot of these lakes are man-created lakes, and therefore they kind of overtook a area that used to be, you know, maybe a forest or a meadow or a valley, and you know, used that dip in the earth and to create, you know, a big body of water. Period. Yeah. But yeah, that that made me actually pretty scared, you know, to get out on the lake and get my inflatable canoe punctured. Like I said, thankfully, I know how to swim and I know how to float should I get tired. Yeah. So, getting back to what I was talking about, it's been, yes, about 2 months on my my weight loss journey. Maybe just a little bit over 2 months. Let's say 9 to 10 weeks on my weight loss journey. And like I said, the goal is to be under 200 pounds by the end of the year. So, yeah, we're in the middle of October. We got November and December, so that's 2.5 months. So, I do want to step up my routine a little bit. Okay. Before the end of the year, and at least have a month or 2 months to do to do some sculpting, because you don't want to just lose weight and not have any definition. You know, you'll be upset at the way that your body looks. So you do want to always include, you know, some type of weightlifting, you know, to help define your body to the new weight size. Oh, look at the pretty puppy. Puppy? Yeah, doesn't it look like a toy? So yeah. And that's the one thing that I didn't want. I didn't want to lose weight and just have, you know, everything just drop down south. Okay? And I'm kind of proud that, you know, that didn't happen so far. Because that's usually what happens when you're trying to do rapid weight loss. Unless you're a bodybuilder, right? Now, bodybuilders, you know, they rapidly lose and they rapidly gain weight. And, you know, to get started, it can seem painful. And I'm not gonna lie. You know, I was taking aspirin, you know, just to push forward. Okay? Just to push forward. I kind of regret it, but now, you know, the need for aspirin
Everybody heads over to this location.
is not necessary, because the level of pain that I might get is not so intense like I was getting when I first started. I have a treadmill, a Total Gym, you know, the one that was advertised by, what was that martial artist's name? And then I also have a ladder, which is similar to what you would get from, you know, a stair climber. And I have steps at the house, you know. Let's keep it real. I mean, I'll tell you, at one point, I could not even go up the stairs without being in excruciating pain. It was like upstairs was just off limits, right? And this went on over like about 5 years because of my knees, because of my feet, you know. Here's another thing. Now, a lot of people will say that foot fungus is not a problem. Well, it's not a problem if you take care of it. But it is a problem if you don't. Because if foot fungus gets into your bloodstream, it can cause you illness and even death. Look it up. Look it up. Another form of fungus is the creases that you have between, you know, your mounds of fat. That can become a fungus and literally, you know, get into your bloodstream. So, you know, you have to keep those folds of skin and women, we typically see this even like underneath our breast. Underneath our breast, it'll start out like a skin rash. And if we don't keep that area dry, it could become infected. So yeah. And nothing smells worse than fungus. It's just awful. Foot fungus, the fungus that was cultured in between those layers of fat. It's rancid. It's rancid. It's rancid. Okay? I remember as a child, when I was around my dad, who was overweight, but he wasn't significantly overweight. And I used to wonder, why he had this smell all the time. He always had a smell. Well, that smell, what came from where my father's stomach, used to hang over, and he had a fungus. I know what that is now, but back then I didn't know what it was. Right? Because a lot of times we think, okay, you take a bath, it should go away. But not fungus. Not once it gets beneath the skin. Right? So that's why a lot of people, they'll pay people to give them, pedicures. Because they know the importance of, keeping the fungus from getting in your skin through your toenails. One guy, oh my God, he had some type of fungus, and it had traveled onto his hands, legs. It was just traveling over his body, and it was just like, wow. And some people were like, no, don't eat any of the food he prepares. Even if he washes his hands, this guy would, could still transfer fungus, into the foods that he wears, unless he wears gloves. And I was like, wow, that's wild. This guy, he wasn't fat, so I'm assuming, he got his fungus probably starting in his toes, and then feet, and then in his bloodstream, and yeah. So it didn't happen overnight. And it doesn't happen overnight if you have fungus growing, between layers of skin that are in connection with each other. Because it doesn't even really have to be, like, say, fat. All it needs to be is a connection between skin where there's moisture and heat on a regular basis, just long enough to allow for the fungus to grow. Look at the pretty doggies. That one kind of looks like you over there. Did you see that? Did you see that? But she had boxer in her. You're not a boxer. You're a lover. You're a lover, not a boxer. So yeah, we're almost back at our car. And I hope this video has been informative, right? If it's hard getting started on your diet, definitely just start on the liquid protein diets for a week or two, and shrink your stomach. And then once your stomach is shrunk, try to find out what works for you that stops your cravings. For me, it was definitely dill. Dill will stop my craving. Some people, they prefer sour. So, yeah. Then, when your stomach is shrunk, but you're used to eating a certain portion, that's when you go to your trigger arrestor, whether it's dill or sour, and to tell yourself, okay, you can stop eating now, right? Weigh your calories and proportions out. Try to keep your carbs low. If you can keep your carbs like under 30, even if you don't lose weight, you'll definitely start losing fat. Remember, come on, baby. Up. Good girl. Yeah. And realize that it's just not going to happen overnight. But the best thing to do is, since most people have phones, is to take a video or a picture, a snapshot of your starting point on your weight loss journey, and then you can compare the picture as you go along. That way, when you can see progress. Even if the scale says the same weight, but your body is actually shaping differently. Okay? I highly recommend that. Sometimes, we're too embarrassed or too ashamed to actually, take that picture, right? But let's face it, if you're in a sports bra and shorts and you're taking a picture, and, it's for your records to show that, you've made progress from point A to point Z when you finish. Okay? So that's another thing that I'm going to have to do, is put an updated picture of my 2-month mark achievement on my weight loss journey. because right now I'm feeling like I made, significant achievements, but I'm a show me person, show me. And I know that I have, because my clothes are fitting me differently. But if I take a picture, right, it also helps me to perceive the changes that I'm making to myself. And I mean, it also gives me a perspective of the changes that I'm making for myself, and also how I'm probably perceived by others. Okay? Thank you for watching Cherie's Weight Loss Journey. I'm not sure exactly which, direction I'm going to now that I'm leaving the lake, but we'll talk about it later, because this video's pretty long, right? And it cut off. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and make it extra long, because the first one cut off. All right. Bye.